Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Chris here from Philly Mennonite Church. It's time for another Midweek Musing, this time where we slow down and remind ourselves of one truth from the previous week's scriptures and the sermon that we've heard. And this last week, Brandon was talking to the baby boomers, right? And he was referencing Daniel throughout his sermon. And the life of Daniel is an amazing picture of what someone looks like that is devoted to their God, even when they're living in exile. And as we were going through, Brandon made a point to talk about what it looks like to live committed and consistent for God. And this had to do with having our eyes opened and our ears opened to what God would show us and tell us for us to take as our next step, right? And so as I was thinking about this, as I was pondering and musing over what maybe we use on a day-to-day basis, many of us, that could remind us of this truth, and helping all of us to walk more committed and consistent with God, has to do with this. Does this look familiar to anybody? Right? This on the screen right here. Well, what do we have here? We have GPS, right? A step-by-step voice which calls out to you as you're moving to tell you what to do if you want to stay committed and consistent to where you're headed, right? And so that next time you use GPS, you can think about this. You can think about, I'm following this voice and it's guiding me to my destination how I want. Sometimes they even come up with, hey, if you want to save several minutes, go this way, right? We have to stay listening. We have to stay connected to our GPS, and it will tell us the best way to go based on current situations. And that's just like God. Right? We stay connected. We read his word. We spend time with him in prayer. We fellowship with the Holy Spirit throughout the day. We listen intently. We have our eyes opened so that we follow when God tells us or shows us something. Now, maybe like me, you've had it. Sometimes that voice kind of gets annoying because I listen to my music loud or I'm listening to a podcast and I don't want to be interrupted necessarily. So I turn the voice down. I turn it off. And I don't know about you, but I've often driven right past where I was supposed to turn because I wasn't listening, right, to that voice. And so, this is our reminder. This is your reminder. Next time you plug in a GPS to go somewhere, next time you see your mom plug in a GPS to go somewhere, your dad to plug in a GPS to go somewhere, right? Next time we use this, pause and let it be a time where you think, how am I staying focused on the voice of God? How am I diving into his word this week? Am I staying committed and consistent in my walk as I listen to his voice and look for what he wants me to do? And here's the thing, as we do that, we're going to find ourselves growing in consistency and commitment, even when things around us aren't going as we want, even when they don't seem to be fair, when the world seems to be turning upside down. We can be committed. We can be consistent. And baby boomers, we are looking to you to be the generation to help model what that looks like. But that doesn't let the rest of us off the hook, those of us that aren't in that generation. We are to learn from you, and we are to also walk with a commitment and a consistency. And so as you finish this week out, may you do that with commitment and consistency. As you listen and follow your GPS, let it be a reminder to listen and follow to the Lord our God, where we live, where we work, where we study, and where we play. Have a blessed rest of your week.